Welcome to lecture 2, and here we'll start off our loan default prediction app development. And so at the end, we'll have something that reflects what we have here, and then we'll also deploy to Hugging Face. So to start, we'll be retrieving our data, collecting our data, our training data set from this website. So that's it here, the Cargo website. And then all you need to do is to click the download button, and then that will download the Excel file that we'll need for training. So once you're done with that, you would find this file. So that file, you can see the name of the file. It says train underscore LZV, and so it has 7 columns, if I'm right, and then it has how many rows. So that's the training data set. So it has about 7,000 rows, and we would want to start off by cleaning our data set, and then to start would create our Google Collaborate as usual, and then we'll launch that. We would call it, we'll give it a name shortly. So we can give it a name, say maybe lecture video, lecture 2, lecture 2, so lecture 2 code, and I will also upload this lecture 2 code. And then so the first thing we need to do is to bring in our training data set, I mean the downloaded one. So we'll get that shortly, and then let's come back here. So we should okay, well, so you have it now. So all you need to do is click that button, and then we have that data set. We're bringing that data set into our training environment, into our Google Collaborate environment. So the first thing we need to do is to import a package called Pandas. Pandas would help us read CSV files, like the file we just um, uploaded as PD for short. So Pandas is like a package. So think about a package. You can imagine a package as, for example, as your lunchbox, and then within that package you have your cutleries. Now you have your fork, you have your knife, you have your spoon. So these are functions within that package. So that's the idea. We would import this package, your lunchbox, as PD for short, and then within that your lunchbox we can begin to access functions, for example, like your spoon, like your fork, like your knife. So PD dot read CSV file, reading a CSV file. So we have different functions. We'll read the CSV, and then we can click on this to collect the path to that file, copy path, and then we'll place it here. Then we'll place it here, put it in quote, and then we have access. We can read our file. Whatever we read, we can assign to the file. So that's the file. And then, okay, I think to do this. Okay, put this here, and then I hope this runs. So that, yeah, it works. We can create another cell, and then we can print a file. Print the file, and then so we can see that's what we have in our file. And then we can imagine that we want to read the first 10 rows. I want to read the first 10 rows. Let's click on this one. So imagine we want to read the first 10 rows. We can set the file. So we're printing, print the file, isn't it? Our file, because look at what we have here. That's the file. And then say file, print the head just for the first 10. And then print, and then spits out the first 10 rows. You can see, so it's like a continuation. So you have your asset, and then so that's the first 10 rows. And then you can also print out, let's see, you can also create another cell here, and then we can say print the last 10, print the file, and then print the last 10 values, rows rather, and then that spits out the last 10. You can see the last the last row has got age 31. So if you go there to our Excel sheet, you see the last row, which is this, has got age 31, which is this one. And what else? What else? So, and then we can also, we're trying to understand our data set. We can also say print. That's the length. How many rows can we get from this file? How many rows? So let's see. Get the length, and that tells us that we should have about 7,000 rows. See that? Is it coming up? Yeah, so we have 7,000 rows. And then lastly, we can also query this, set the file, and then say dot is null. So we want to find out if there are columns with empty cells. So you can print this out want to find if there are columns with empty cells. So let's see that, and then so you can see. So we have the loan ID has got no empty cell, the age has got no empty cell, but the education column has got 245 empty cells. So how do we process, how do we clean, how do we remove empty cells from this? So if you look at the education column, it's telling us that we have about 200 empty cells here. Okay, so let's see if we can spot any empty cell here. Yeah, so that we have one here as an empty cell. So we have to fill this with a value. We also have to fill this with a value, and then up until we should also have another empty cell somewhere. Yeah, there's an empty cell. So we'll do this in our next class. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.